Hello, dearie. So, you've been going through a rotten time, so I was gonna take the time to complain about my rotten time. I keep breaking things, like, constantly. First, my laptop, my netbook, I broke the P key. Like, I dropped it off my bed. Like, I didn't mean to drop it off my bed, but my laptop fell. And the P key just, like, popped right off. And so I already have a broken shift key when Will broke it, so I have that taped on. And I don't know how to, at least the shift key's on the edge so the tape can wrap around my computer, except the P key can't do it. And do you know how hard it is to type without the letter P? Like, you don't realize how often you use the letter P until you hit it and it doesn't work, and you have to go like, Ugh. And so it's like the little pad thingy, so you can still press it down without the casing on top of it, but it's hard, and it's ridiculous, and I was a little mad about it. Second, which you've already known because I complained about it a bit, is I have a broken phone. Like, I carry my water bottle around when I'm trying to, be hydrated and healthy. And water, the cap must have, like, squeezed and popped off a bit, and, it leaked a bit. And I noticed when I was trying to get my gloves out, and my gloves were soaked. I'm like, crap. And I felt my phone, and my phone didn't feel wet, and I tried to turn it on, and it was like, Verizon, white screen, Verizon, white screen, and I'm like, no! And then you know what happened after that, where I was really pissed off. And so my parents are thinking, about the new plan that we need to get, and otherwise I've been using my dad's, but I let my dad's die, and not great. And then I've broken all of my resolutions already. So the running thing I wasn't on top of because I was actually sick on New Year's. You said you could kind of tell I stuffed up in my video, but yeah, I was sick on New Year's. I'm glad no one noticed when I ran in the New Year with blowing my nose and watching When Harry Met Sally and drinking my own sparkling cider because I felt like crap. And that continued the whole week, and so I didn't run. But since I didn't feel well and I could not go anywhere without a Kleenex permanently attached to my nose, I was okay. No running until I could breathe. Well, I have been able to breathe, and I went running once, and I'm like, yeah, I feel great! And the next day I'm like, I want to finish this book. This fan fiction is so delightful. Look, they're happy. And that didn't happen, and I haven't continued. Oh no, I froze. Stop! And so I haven't continued the running thing. I should do that tonight. I need to run. The pop thing. I was doing really well with the tea. I got, twinings? I don't know. Do you remember what they said when we were in England, what it actually is? English breakfast tea. It's a black tea. And I remember in our Jane Austen party last year, I did not like the tea that we had. I have no idea what it was, but it was not good. And I like the English breakfast tea. And I gave B some Earl Grey for Christmas, and I liked the Earl Grey. So I like my tea. I like my English breakfast tea with just a dash of milk. And it's quite delicious. And so I did really well at first, but then after I got done being sick, I'm like, God, pop and a bubbly drink just sounds so good. And so I just had one, and I'm like, oh, fine. And then I'm like, I can have another one. I said 3 a week, and then it just kept coming. And then my parents had pop. We had like a 2-liter for supper, and it's just so tempting. And so I've had one like every day, sometimes twice a day. It's really bad. But I still have my tea. I still have tea. I've been having a lot of it. It's really good. I quite like it. No, not so much with breaking things, but for people making fun of me. You know that you have, been reading and watching too many British things when you accidentally say postman instead of mailman. So I was talking at, work the other day. I had babysat Lucy, and I dropped her off at work with my brother-in-law, so we could trade cars, since I had to use his car seat, and I had to go actually to work. I had a late shift, and, I was talking about how I was pissed off at their dog because he woke me up from my nap when Lucy was napping, because the postman came, and he started barking at the postman, and one of my coworkers is like, postman? And I'm like, mailman. I mean mailman. And I'm like, it's not that weird. I'm like, I can't help it. I only watch, like, BBC shows, and I read pretty much anything British. So that was embarrassing. And then, oh, goodness. I think I'll tell you later about, in a different video, how I got creeped on by, like, a 40-year-old. Oh my god. Why does that happen to me? Like, This isn't the first time it's happened now, and I don't understand. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Every time I make a video, my computer thinks it's the best time to tell me, no, I don't want to back up right now. Okay. Pause. Pause. Yeah, it just does things that I don't want it to. Okay, next on my list. Living. So I was at choir on Wednesday. I told you I was going. And we started talking about, living without electricity. And I'm like, I don't think I can do it. Or, like, not electricity, but electronics, like your computer, phone, iPod, whatevs. And, of course, you know, choir, I'm the youngest person there. They're all like my mom's age, which isn't old, and she's not old. But, you know, 50s on up, pretty much. They're so glad when they got fresh blood. And they're talking about how these two girls did it. They went 2 weeks without using their phones, pretty much, or any of their electronics. And they found that they communicated a lot more with eye contact, and they had a more enjoyable time. And I said that wouldn't work for me. Like, my friends, I can't be around them all the time. They don't have time to come and hang out with me, because they've got work, they've got school. You live 2 hours away. Like, how am I going to communicate with you without a computer or my phone, or help you through crises without Facebook or YouTube? Like, I don't think I could live without that, because to be able to get together with my friends, you use your phone to be able to get a hold of them. Otherwise, what, you mail a letter? That takes like a week. It's way too long to communicate. It's like if you're trying to meet up with the time. Like, I don't know how many times my friends and I have been on Facebook and we're like, can we meet now? This time? And they're like, no, it's way too difficult. And so I don't think I could do a 2-week challenge of being without my phone. Like, I guess I've been without a phone, kind of. Well, no, I've had my dad's. My dad gave up his phone because it's not like he uses as much anyway. But with me, it's the only way I can talk to you guys. So I had feelings about that, and I'm like, I don't know if it's just because I'm a younger generation that I don't even think I could. Like, if I leave my phone for a little bit, it's okay, because I've had my iPod. As long as I have internet access, I can still talk to people on Facebook Messenger or whatever. And yeah, I had feelings about that. Otherwise, you start talking about reading and what you wanted to read, and so I figured I'd take us on a field trip. So yay, field trip! Never mind, no field trip to my room because my camera sucks and it's not working right now. So I was going to recommend the Pelennor series because I quite like them. It deals, I don't really better remember their names right now, but there's this girl and she's a slave, but then someone happens upon her. It makes me think of Aragorn, actually. Happens upon her and helps her escape, and figures out she has like this magic kind of power-y thing. But it's a quest kind of world. Reminds me a lot of Lord of the Rings, but a bit more accessible, a bit easier to read. Because, you know, it's not written back in the 60s. So, I really liked that one. Otherwise, I really like the Queen's Thief series. You've heard me talk about that. And one that really reminds me of that is The False Prince. I really like the book The False Prince. The next one for that one comes out in March. I have it pre-ordered. Anything by Tamora Pierce, and you know I own everything by her. So if you want to borrow that, you can. And I can't remember what else I was going to show you. I did show it all to you, but when I got back here, the camera was blurry, and my voice and picture didn't match, and so it pisses me off. So, I am going to finish this off, and I hope you have a better day. And I will talk to you later, dearie. Love you. Bye.